Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man. And as you can see here, Conservative Review is also talking about this, and I've brought this up several times, and that's the idea of foreign nationals and/or illegal aliens voting in American elections. This article was written by Daniel Horowitz just this week, and let's take a look at this right here. Pennsylvania, a key battleground state last year, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation admitted that through the motor voter law, thousands of non-citizens were seamlessly registered to vote through their process of obtaining a driver's license. Last December, Philadelphia City Council Commissioner Al Schmidt estimated that over 100,000 non-citizens were registered to vote in the past 2 decades statewide. Now, this is in the state of Pennsylvania. This is just one state. A large number of states have motor voter laws. And when you allow anybody who gets a license to be automatically registered to vote and they have to deselect a box or select a box to deregister, you create these kind of problems. And with the apathy of the DMV, most of them are not going to care if they get the voter registration information right, as long as the person's driver's license is correct. Because people aren't going to complain if their voter registration stuff is wrong. People are going to complain if their driver's license is wrong. Now, this error is too big to be a minor thing. So this means we need to completely look at these motor voter laws. Because these things realistically are not good for the citizenry. Legal immigrants don't even have standing to vote in the United States. Not for any reason. Only citizens have the right to vote. And since you can't ask for proof of citizenship on voter registration forms, most states are on the honor system. Now, what we really need to do is we need to fix these courts and get a national voter ID law passed, where you have to show proof of residence, proof of citizenship, or proof of birth to register to vote. And if you're not, then you don't need to be registering to vote, because voting is not just a right everybody has. It's a right of the citizenry. And only the citizenry should be voting. California estimates that more than 1 million in California are illegal aliens or resident aliens registered to vote through their motor voter laws. It doesn't take very much to realize that when you start talking 1 million voters here, 100,000 there, 50,000 here, that becomes a lot of voters in a national election. But worse, it becomes a lot of voters in a local election. If you ignore 1 million voters in the federal election, which is easy to do when you start talking about the election for president in a 300 million resident nation, how does that fare when you look at a governor? When that 1 million voters out of 30 million, that's 3% instead of, a third of a percent. They become far more concentrated when you start looking at that on a local level. So we need to be fixing this, because this right here is part of our problem in this country. We have allowed people to manipulate the voting system to the point where it's not what it's supposed to be. No country in the world allows non-citizens to vote. The U.S. should not be an exception on that. Citizens should be the only one voting. It's part of the agreement of being a citizen. Well, I want to thank you all again for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or thumbs up and subscribe on Bitchute. Also, don't forget to follow my other social media sites down below. Check out my TeeSpring and RedBubble stores. I've got some neat shirts in there, and I'm going to be adding some more over the next few weeks. And as always, have yourself a lovely day.